Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about some dismal Disney today. We got some dismal Disney news, and Geeky's going to lead this one because I frankly don't pay attention to what's going on in the parks.
Well,
anymore.
it depends who you ask if it's dismal or not. It's funny because Disney is going to get rid of the virtual queues for both Tiana's Bayou Adventure and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. And that sounds great. It sounds great in theory. Like, they're going to get rid of the virtual queues. They're going to bring the standby lines in. That's cool. Except I think that now it's going to be even harder to ride this attraction unless you pay for it, which is what they're counting on.
Yeah, maximum revenue. That is some of what they think is going on with the Rivers of America being demoed for cars, because that's another e-ticket they can upcharge for.
That was my first thought when I heard it.
Yeah, and that to me, I mean, that is like the death knell for Magic Kingdom, and apparently we're going to talk about that. The permit has gone through. They're going to demo Rivers of America, or at least a good portion of it, and I'm at the point where I literally do not care. The only way I can not get upset is to not care and let them do whatever the hell they want to do, because it's obviously not Walt's park. So let's talk about all this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Go out to Kickstarter. You got a couple days yet to check out the Shadowbinders Steampunk Fantasy Hard Enamel pin set. This pin set should be shipped pretty dang quick. As soon as we get them back from the manufacturer, we're going to flip them and then move on to some other stuff from Nidaria. So thank you very much for the support.
Yeah, so it got announced today that the 24th of February is the last day that I think it's the 24th, is the last day that they will have virtual queues in place. And for those who don't know, how they do this is when a new attraction comes out, they started doing this a few years ago, you have a time limit, like if there's a time limit, like twice a day that you can get into this virtual queue. Yeah. It fills up very quickly if it's a popular attraction. A lot of people don't even get to ride it or get into the virtual queue, which automatically tells you there's not a lot of availability to begin with. And it's a pain in the butt. So they're going to get rid of the virtual queue on Tiana's Bayou Adventure and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, which sounds really cool because you don't have to do the virtual queue now. You can go to the standby line. Problem is that they also sell individual Lightning Lane tickets for this. They're going to add it probably to the individual Lightning Lane passes, or to Lightning Lane passes, and they're going to add it probably to the Premier passes. And they're going to push for those first because they make money off of it. So you're going to be in standby line for a whole long time unless you pay more. Guaranteed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the game. And this was actually called, I know 6 or 8 years ago, there were some Disney blogs that said the end game for Disney is to eventually upcharge people to get on the rides quickly. And everybody laughed. They didn't think that they would ever do that. And
yeah, they did.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, eventually you're going to have to pay for, better seating at, parades, and you're going to have to pay for this and pay for that. And everybody's like, oh, Disney would never do that. The fast passes are free. They made a big deal about fast passes being free. And then they started charging for the parking at the hotels. And then they start, you know what I'm saying? It's like
the annual passes at Walt Disney World are practically double from what they were just like 10 years ago. It's insane. Yeah. And so everybody's like, yay, the virtual queue's gone because it's real hard paying the butt to get into.
It is.
But I think that some people might get in more, but if they were limited for the virtual queue, that was how the more space they had, and it would sell out quickly. But it would run out quickly. So you're still going to have limited space, but now they're going to start using that little limited space for people that are going to pay more. So there'll be a standby line, but you better plan on being in that line for all day, because they're going to push everybody to go buy whatever upcharge to get to the line quicker.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to do with like all their. I don't even consider Tiana's Bayou an e-ticket, but like
no, but. Is it going to work this time? Are the animatronics going to work?
Did you get a refund if you go and the animatronics don't work? No. So what the end game is that you pay the cover charge to get into the park, and then you're going to have to pay to get on each individual ride.
Well, that's what I think is going on, because I know they have like the Lightning Lane Premiere they're trying to push too, that has sold out a couple times. And they're already angling for that one it's going to be top of the pay scale. Come like March, beginning of March, because that's when they have the cheerleading stuff. It's going to be like the ranges from $129 to $199 a day at Disney Animal Kingdom. Hollywood Studios is $269 to $349 a day. Magic Kingdom's $329 to $449 a day. Epcot's $169 to $249. I will bet you money this will go up. The top cap on this is going to go up because Guardians of the Galaxy will be included if you want the Premier Pass.
Yeah. God, it's insane. It is
insane.
It's disgusting. I mean, I know we keep talking about this, but like, you don't understand. Even like, we were doing this full time when we were, covering Disney full time. It wasn't this disgusting. It was. No. I remember when people had a fit when they first started introducing the tiered ticket pricing. It was very confusing. And people thought that was as bad as it was going to get. It's like, no, it's going to get so much worse.
No, because the virtual queue is free unless you want to pay for the individual lightning lane, which you couldn't avoid the virtual queue if the virtual queue sold out. So by getting rid of the virtual queue, you're making sure that people are going to be paying the upcharges. They're going to want to pay for the lightning lane to get in there faster instead of having to wait. So that what they're doing is they're adding capacity so they can sell more lightning lanes. Yeah. If I were to guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is what I think is going on at Rivers of America.
Yeah. So this isn't about improving the park. This isn't about, because they could have very easily, done some maintenance or whatever at Rivers of America. And they've been talking about, changing Rivers of America or Tom Sawyer Island or whatever for a while. Nobody thought that they would fill it in completely.
Yeah. I mean, keep part of Rivers of America at least.
But they're like, oh, this is another e-ticket. I'm like, well, if you're going to build another e-ticket, why don't you put this over in Hollywood Studios? Why do you have to put it in Magic Kingdom?
And this is like right here, this whole pathway. This was all Rivers of America was. Like, it was through here, around there. That was the river. Tom Sawyer Island in the middle was here. And they're filling it all in. I mean, we're not just taking part of it, because they could have easily left part of the Rivers of America. No. Like, at least it's like here. No, they're filling it all in to put a Cars attraction.
Yeah, so why are they doing it? Because, Magic Kingdom, you keep looking at like all the updates to Magic Kingdom and what they're adding. And they're talking, Villains Land, which, are they going to be allowed to be villains? I don't know. Tron Coaster, all that. And you're like, why don't they spread it out more? I think it's because they know Magic Kingdom is the most visited park and you have the best shot at getting people to pay the upcharge.
Right, which is going to go up higher. They already have Magic Kingdom set at like $450 as the cap on the Premier Pass. Darn well they're going to raise that even higher when this opens. And they're going to raise all the individual lightning lane prices. They'll raise the lightning lane in general, because they'll be like, it's to fly in demand, and there's so much demand now because we have new attractions. That's why they're doing it. That's why they're taking Muppets and turning it into Monsters Inc. They're doing all this because they can actually get more money out of people with the lightning lane shit.
Yeah, and they're destroying the parks in the process. Like, look, you can add on like Hollywood Studios. I'm not a big fan of them making all the changes they're making to it, because that sort of, undermines the whole purpose of the park. And same with Epcot. Like, it's disgusting what they're doing to Epcot. But Magic Kingdom, like, this is based on Disneyland. This is Roy Disney oversaw this in honor of Walt, and you're taking out the Rivers of America. I mean, what the hell? It's
going to be so hot. The Rivers of America are nice. It gives you like nice little waterway, nice little calm area. You can go where it's quiet. Gone. It's all gone now. It's going to be gone. They put this permanent. And like I said, there was room. They could have left part of it there. But no. We need more money. We need more. I'm sorry. I was right the first time. We need more money, so we need more room. So we need to put another e-ticket attraction in there so we can pay. We have more places for guests to go so we can sell more of them.
Yeah, and Magic Kingdom is the moneymaker, right? I mean, the other parks do okay, but Magic Kingdom, if you have one day to spend at Disney, you're going to go to Magic Kingdom. That's the one where the kids are going to be all tired and cranky, and okay, fine, I'll pay an extra $150 just to get them on the damn ride or whatever, because, we've already spent $10,000 to get here, so what's another $150?
Right. And then, like, related people on Chip and Company, they did a thing on their page. I noticed it today. Are Disney prices too high for the typical family to afford? And generally, yes. Everybody's saying yes. I think they've gotten away from Walt's dream of making it affordable for all. I've been going since 1971 and find myself considering other destinations besides Disney World. The California park prices are insane. $360 for 2 adults for a visit for one park one day is too much. I had to cancel my Disneyland plans in May because it was too expensive. Rent is hard enough to afford, but after a couple of years of saving, it's possible. It's cheaper for us to fly from the U.S. to Europe and visit sites there than go to Disney. And we usually do 4 to 5 days at Disney. No dining plan. We take sandwiches and eat off site. We budget money for our trip. It's still too expensive. what I don't get is that make you feel like you're paying less for children 3 to 10, and you are, but there's only a $5 difference between children and adults. It goes on and on. We can only afford to go when our school goes and has discounts for a large group. Crowds, I see long waits. No, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It just goes on. It's less affordable now. We typically get a girls' trip and either a family trip or just my husband and myself. And now we have to choose one or the other. I haven't even made a trip to Disneyland because of the prices and the extra cost. People were saying that even Florida residents is too expensive. They said they're going twice. They said, well, it's expensive, but we're planning is doable for us because they have more money probably. It's expensive, but you can save if you go to the value resort. You can save if you're cheap ass. No.
You can, but not like it used to be. Like even the value resorts, our daughter caught on it. She's like, Pop Century is no longer a value resort because it's on the Skyliner route.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they raised the prices. It's just not worth it. I mean, you can stay at a hotel off property too. There are ways to save money, but it's still ridiculously expensive. And then some people are like the diehards, like, oh, it's fine to stay in a value resort. And it's like, but the value resorts are even more expensive than the hotels outside the park.
So, here's the thing, and we've watched this, we've seen this in real time. The Disney fandom, the pixie duster fandom, there are always going to be people that are going to pay whatever they have to pay as long as they can pay it to go to the theme parks. The people that were what I would consider the Disney super fans, or the people that went every year with their families, they're noping out. Mm-hmm. They're not going. They're not looking for information on Disney. Like so many of these Disney YouTube channels and TikTok channels, they've collapsed because people aren't even looking for information on Disney because they don't care. They just put it out of their mind. They're like, it's not affordable for me.
That makes me feel bad to watch the videos. Like I went every year. Now it makes me feel bad to watch the videos because I can't afford to go.
Yeah. And then that's just it. It does. Cause it's like, it makes me feel bad because it was a huge part of our family's life for years. And I'm like, that company no longer exists. Mm-mm. Right. And they're destroying the parks. They're destroying them. I mean, they're not adding anything. They're taking a wrecking ball. They're not even, swapping it 1-to-1 with something as good as what they're, what I'm saying? Like it has to be better. If you're going to replace an attraction, what you're replacing it with has to be better than the original. And basically everything has been, for the most part, a downgrade. And it's kind of like if everything was the original reskin of Journey to Imagination, where they didn't have Figment in it. And there's so much outrage that they at least got Figment put back in it. But like every attraction is getting that treatment.
Right. And then, like I said, wrapping it back to the beginning, it sounds great that they're getting rid of the virtual queue, but the virtual queue, it might have been hard to get, but at least it didn't cost you anything else. I guarantee you this is a money move because they're going to want more access, more room for guests. They have more passes they can sell. And it's all about more money. And I will not be surprised if the Epcot cap doesn't get raised for the Premier Pass because of this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just going to continue until the public says, no, we're not supporting this anymore. And I think Epic Universe is definitely going to put some pressure on them because at least in the beginning, it's going to be more affordable. It's going to give you that wow factor that Disney has not given us in ages. And, this is their own problem, right? And I think it's all going to kind of come collapsing down at some point. We did the video the other day with that stock analyst from Yahoo Finance who was like, I don't see a long-term, like a bright future for Disney because like the parks, they're getting all kinds of backlash for. They're overspending on the cruise ships. They've got a lot of competition coming and they're gouging people. And you can't do all of that long-term and expect people to keep paying it. So good luck with that, Disney. Yep. That's your problem. Are we going to wrap it up?
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.